Hello and welcome to the very first practical BitMEX trading stream for beginners. This is Doug from IntroToCryptos.ca. Today is Friday the 13th and I'm starting out a new format for this live stream. Let's jump in. And after our cool intro, I'll stop by the disclaimer. You can pause the video to read through it. Even though we're going through a lot of specifics in this live stream, it's just for an example as a training exercise. Let's jump in. So we'll take a look at the setup that we have here. We've got the main screen here. Down below the main screen, we've got the price of Bitcoin and I think it's the 1 hour time frame so that we can watch that. Then we have the price of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So we can watch those two as we're live. On the right hand at the bottom, we have the stream boss, GBU Professor Wally. Thank you very much for supporting this channel. Over on the far side, we have the chat. And here's the live dashboard. I can say hello. And this will come up in the chat. So I think it'll come up in the chat. There we go. So your questions will come up in the chat there. If you have any questions all the way along, those will be integrated into the live stream or into a tutorial that I do afterwards. Now, before we get started, there's a couple things I want to recommend. First of all, there is a new tutorial on the homepage of this channel for the ultimate, it's a piece of the ultimate BitMEX tutorial that I've been working on as a Kindle guide and a companion video. This shorter video has how to do market orders, limit orders, and stop losses. So it's really required information for participating in this stream. The next thing that this stream is going to focus on is a specific trading plan, and we're going to trade these markets against that plan. You can get a free webinar that teaches you this complete trading system over on the website IntroToCryptos.ca. Just put your email address in and submit. You'll be on the email list and you'll be sent off that information. If you're having any trouble with it, you can always come over to our Discord chat and let me know. And so the purpose of this channel is to go over these 6 markets and Bitcoin and trade them against that trading plan, long and short. In fact, we're going to use, we're going to use testnet.bitmex.com with the initial money that they give you when you first set up the account. So if I go over to the account status, this is the wallet. You can see that I started off with 0.01 Bitcoin as they start you off here. I did a few examples as I was making videos, and so I wasn't really concerned about the win or loss on it. But now, as we're moving forward, all of these are going to be part of the live stream, reviewing the trade that we put on, the cost of it, the fee, the status, everything about the trade so that we can watch it grow. So 0.0091 BTC is about $100, maybe thereabouts, depending on the price of Bitcoin. So our trades are going to be sized so that they fit that and fit within our risk control rules. And we're going to work on our percentage gains rather than trying to get rich quick off $100 of pretend money. But I encourage you to go over to testnet.bitmex.com and start this experiment with me. Go to the website, get that free trading plan, take that webinar on the homepage, and then you'll be up to speed to follow along. Even if you have no money, it's important that you do this. If you're in debt and you have no money, it's even more important that you do this because you need all the skills you can of having money work for you. And so learning this stuff is more important than having the success at it at the beginning. Just like a karate class, you're not expecting to become a black belt in the first class you go to. You understand that you're going to have to go to classes 3 times a week for probably 2 or 3 or 4 years before you're going to get your black belt in karate. And it would be the same with building any really skill that is worthwhile. So the purpose of this stream is to practice those things by going through all of these. It really helps me in my own trading as well because it keeps me focused on the actual details. So if you've already taken that free webinar, then you already know the trading plan that I'm going to be working on here. It is very simple. I call it the simple trading plan. We're looking for a break of the downtrend line. We're looking for a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation to set up. And then we're going to look for our entry signal. And we're going to ensure that we enter using a limit order so that we are market makers and we are not going to pay the market taker fee. We're not going to FOMO in on any of these trades because we're working with about $100. It's not that enough money to FOMO in. And we're going to keep our leverage down low as well as we start out. Now, what we're looking at here is the 4-hour bars. And we do have what I'll say in ADA is a potential 1, 2, 3 formation setting up right here inside a larger 1, 2, 3. So it's really pretty powerful. But I'm expecting that we're going to be following the general pattern of Bitcoin dominance. So altcoin season really isn't going to start until this Bitcoin dominance breaks down below this major trend line. And this will sort of match with the 1, 2, 3 bottoms that we're seeing in the altcoins, but upside down. This is a 1, 2, 3 top because it's showing Bitcoin dominance. But as dominance is coming down, that is the measure of the altcoins growing versus Bitcoin. And so as we are looking at each of these markets, I'm going to say that there is no trading signal in this market here for me right now. I'm going to wait for the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breakout, and in anticipating it, I want to be sure to get in with a limit order. So there's no trade that I can be placing on this today. What I am expecting to do in the next day or two, maybe when we tune into the live stream tomorrow, it could be a completely different story. But what I'm anticipating is that prices are going to come up and nearly break out of these levels. Then they're going to retest that. And so what I want to do is I want to set up a trigger at this level, and then a limit order at this level, and a stop loss at this level. And I'm going to color code these so that we say the same things every day, and we color code them the same way every day so that you see the colors, you know what's going on, just like that. So you already know after a while of watching this that I'm waiting now with this color coding set up. I am waiting for prices to come up to this level. It will trigger my order, and then my order will become live, and it'll be a limit order down below the market saying that if you come back down to this level, then I will be long. So if prices come back down to here, that'll kick us into the trade. And at this moment, we're going to have to be watching our risk control rules to only hold it if it proves us correct. Only hold it if it proves us correct. If it goes sideways for more than a day and a half, we're going to close that position. We're not going to hold it. We're going to take our loss. And I'll explain this more as we go. But as I set up that trade, I'm going to set up my stop loss already and show you the practical example of this. In going for the color, and I keep getting the wrong one. They're both the same color. And I'm going to look at it in. Now, when we're doing this in testnet, these are similar to what's going on in the real BitMEX, but it's not the same because of the liquidity and whatever else. But right now, you can see in the background, the mark price is more accurate as to what is trading on BitMEX right now. Prices have come back to the $10,200 range. And so there's a whole bunch of reasons why this is just going to be an experiment to practice and show demonstration of the actual orders. So now here is the chart that we were just looking at, and I'm going to switch it. That is a 30-minute view. Pretty good. So we'll draw it back a little bit. And what I'm looking for is to set up a stop limit order. So our target price, to be sure I get this correct now, is going to be post only. We don't want it to close on trigger. We're going to get this to open on trigger. We want that when it touches 478, it's going to give us the trigger. I have to know which one is the trigger, which one is the stop, because I'm dyslexic. Left and right is always a trouble for me. So I'll always get this wrong until I write it down in a piece of paper right beside me, and then I see it. 478 is what we're doing here. 478 as our stop, and then our limit is going to be 460. Let's do 469 just for practice. 469 and 580A at, we'll do 2 times leverage, is going to cost, it's going to have an order value of 0023 and it's going to cost us 0011 to put this trade on for 500 ADA. So we should set the buy stop and see how it all plays out. So there's our stop limit that will be triggered when prices get up to these levels. When that stop is hit, then our limit order will be put into the market. And it'll be just at the 469 range. And we'll see how this plays out. That's it. We'll just see how it plays out. However, after it gets tagged in, right, prices come up here, they go up on a spike, they get super excited, everybody's going market orders. It puts our limit order in. Prices come back a little bit, and then we're going to get tagged in, getting paid our market maker fees. However, if we're wrong and prices continue to slide down past, let's go by technical support and resistance levels. We'll do the 446. Then we're going to put a stop loss in there. It's going to be a market stop so that we get out of our position. We're going to set this to close on trigger only so that it only closes a position if we are in one. So let's do the 443 and see if this will actually work, because I'm doing it below the market. It may give us an error. So we'll set our sell stop, close on exit. Yes, I know there's no actual order, and there we are. So it gave me the warning saying, you don't actually have an order open. Do you want to put this stop in? And yes, I do. So now I have the whole trade planned out ahead of time, that if it comes up here, our order will be set. And then as it comes back, it'll be filled or stopped. And this is what I want to do with the practical examples of it, is actually show the orders and how to do it. And if you have any questions, the live chat is there for you. And you can also come and join us on Discord. So there is ADA and the plan for ADA. Let's go and look at EOS and see if it has anything that we can do in our trading system. This is a more difficult one because it took off so fast. It's not giving us a good 1, 2, 3 formation unless we're looking at the larger time frame. And then this is our 1, 2, 3 formation right there across all of the support and resistance. And so I'm going to do much the same thing, that if it comes up to these levels, I'm going to put the limit order in here and the stop order down here. So then this will be our risk, is this level, this range right here. Let's go and take a look at Ethereum while we're going along, because on the 4-hour time frame, this looks similar. So if it is breaking above these levels, and then it comes back to these levels, I will put these orders on. How about Litecoin? Litecoin doesn't have a trade signal here for me right now. And it is not giving us a sell signal either. The sell signal is going to be the opposite of a buy signal pretty much, and I don't anticipate one for quite a long time, because I'm going to wait for the break of the downtrend, the down parallel channel, the down trend line. And after that downtrend line is broken, then I'm looking for the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and the exponential moving average crossover. So when this is starting to come up to these levels, it'll give us another place to be adding a potential trade, and it'll probably be much the same, where I'm looking for this kind of setup for the entry. Let's continue on and take a look at TRX. This is a better setup now. We have the break of the downtrend line nicely here. Where is that? Downtrend line just breaking nicely. In fact, maybe even we could say that it's already broken. Depends on how you draw your trend line. It's kind of subjective. But the 1, 2, 3 pattern is not subjective. Here we have the 1, 2, and we have the 3 building up, that a break above these levels would be our buy signal right in that range. And I'm wanting to buy with a limit order. I don't want to buy with a market order. I don't want to just get in and pay that extra fee. I want to be sure that I'm not paying that fee and getting paid the maker's fee. So as prices come up, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to assume that they are going to come back and retest the breakout, and that's where I want to get in. So I want to put out that trigger, the limit order, and then the stop loss in this as well as it's maturing. And it may be tomorrow that that order gets put together. Ripple, very much the same pattern. All of these things are setting up beautiful 1, 2, 3 patterns. And as they break above, this is going to be our first position here. And it's going to be small. ADA I put on, and the rest of them I'm going to do more work on preparing the correct position size as we're going. Let's go and take a look at what Bitcoin prices are doing, because I want to take a look to see if we should be going short Bitcoin in this setup right now. So as I'm looking at this, we have the 15-minute exponential moving average has crossed over. We do have a tiny little 1, 2, 3 top formation here, and we could have gone short below this 1, 2, 3 top. Could have gone short below this 1, 2, 3 top. But because it's only in the 15-minute time frame and the 15-minute exponential moving average only crossed there, I'm going to clear this off and step back to the 1 hour time frame, and I'm not going to take any trades that are underneath this time frame crossover. No trades that are like 15-minute crossover or whatever. I'm going to wait for the 1 hour exponential moving average crossover before I take any actions on any of these trades. And I know that on ADA it had already crossed over. Let's go and look at ADA again. So ADA on the 4 hour time frame, ADA on the 1 hour time frame. When this gets up to the levels we were looking at, then the exponential moving average here on the 1 hour time frame will have crossed over already. So we're not going to take any action on this. I've put that order in that if it comes up and it spikes up, then we've got the limit order underneath and the stop order put into place. And we'll tune in tomorrow to see if there is any other trade to do. We'll update these trades. If there's a short or a long trade to do, then I'll enter that with our orders into our spreadsheet. And you guys can ask any questions you want in this live stream. We'll try to come back every single day and trade this as though it's real. So great to have a few people along for this inaugural stream. I'll tune in every day and we'll update this stream. We'll see how this goes over time. Let's go back into the price of Bitcoin right now. Just looking over at my other screen, and I see that on the super short time frame, Bitcoin is really pressing against these levels. So even though this is a 1, 2, 3 top on those short time frames, I'm not going to jump on a short on this until it breaks below on the 1 hour time frames. So I won't consider a short, even though I see it setting up here. I see the 1, 2, 3 setting up. It'll have to come down below these levels probably before this is crossing over properly. And we'll tune in tomorrow to see how this shapes up. And if this is interesting to you, hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if there's something specific you would like to see with a practical BitMEX tutorial style live stream. Every day we go over what's trading on BitMEX, and every day we look at them with real trades according to that trading plan that you can get from IntroToCryptos.ca. So I hope that this is engaging for you. Hopefully this is something that you're interested in and that you'll be back for on a regular basis. Thanks again for tuning in. I will sign off for this one and see you tomorrow for the next live stream of our BitMEX ongoing tutorial.